Nigeria will be developed, fruitful people shall be raised. People that produce fruit through, just like what we saw in David. He was a shepherd, fruit. He can play instrument, fruit. He's prudent in matters, fruit. He was a man of war, fruit. This is a shepherd, a man of war, an instrumentalist, a singer. In case you don't know, his brothers were busying around. When he was after all this, I said his brothers were what? They were busying around. They were either around the house or go to places that are not relevant. Can I tell you something? Why I think I'm making a book on time. I said something in one of the books that I'm writing. I said, it is a wonderful thing for somebody to know the value of time. That this is 7 minutes to 1 and the day is getting old. And then that I don't want to waste this time. Now don't forget that this mentality cannot be taught, but you can, like you're hearing it. Now if you know that your life runs on time, listen, I'm about to print out 26 books. And I told somebody yesterday, I said, if I miss writing a chapter in the night, it will affect it. You see, because I have 3 months to make it. That means I'm going to be busy throughout the day, I'm busy throughout the night. That's the only way it can happen. For 3 months. Let me say again. I say, it means I'm going to be busy throughout the day and for. That means if you call me on phone and I'm talking to you, you're taking time I will use in writing. And then it will be affecting that book. Now, a lady or a man that developed this consciousness will never be taken for granted. That is royal. Let me say again. I said that is royal. That is royal. When you come to this royalty, there are things you don't lack. Because if you sow, you will reap. In 15 of John Gospel from 1, there is no relationship between God and men that can bear fruit. As far as God is concerned, somebody who can bear fruit is already dead. John chapter 15, verse number 1. I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit,
he purgeth it.
He taketh away.
And every
branch in me that beareth not fruit, that branch should be cut down. That's how God reasons. I will like you to relate with people that way, so that you'll be able to know when you are tolerating somebody. You should be able to know when you are tolerating somebody who is not bearing any fruit. You should be, even if the person is with you, just know that you are tolerating this person, because the person is waiting to be cut down. In the Bible, in the book of Mark 11, Jesus cursed the tree immediately. You see, because he said, my friend, you are cumbering the ground. I think I should make you to see cumber ground. That is, somebody is in a place cumbering. What is called cumbering? The reason that some people are seeing some things they are not meant to see is because they are not busy. So they cumber the places and carry out little stories. Even if they didn't say it out, they discuss it in their little hearts. You see, because their little hearts are not busy. I said they are what? And that little heart that they have is why they are living in the compound that is low. Because it will take thinking in a way to live in certain places. Mark 11. The church has not furthered because the pastors are not talking about it. They're talking about miracles. As if though the miracles will not make demand on value. Verse 11:12 of the book of Mark 11:12. And on the morrow, when he was hungry, when they were come to Bethany, he was hungry, and seeing a fig tree from afar off, he came, and happily he might find anything thereon. When he came to eat, found nothing but leaves, for the time of the fig was not where
yet.
And then Jesus said, no man eat fruit of thee
hereafter forever. And the disciples heard it.
And the disciple heard it. Look at number 20. And in the morning, as they passed by, they saw that the fig tree dried up from the root. Go ahead.
And Peter, calling to remembrance, said unto him, Master, behold, the fig tree which thou causest is withered away. And Jesus answering said unto them, have faith in God.
Have faith where? Now, he said, oh God, the fig tree you caused, I don't know what. He said, I dried. Why didn't Jesus have mercy on something that was cumbering the ground? What the word cumber means, taking something from somewhere and being notorious around that place without contributing something. If you go to a town and everybody talking about it, what made the town popular is large number of valuable people. If you go to a family and there is no quarrel, why there is peace there? It's because there is large number of valuable people. Large. Now, please let me tell you what is called curse. The word curse, the tree was already cursed. Because anybody who doesn't bear fruit is already cursed. If you go to a church and there are so much problem in that church, the church has tolerated so many valueless people. Matthew chapter 3, finally, verse number 10. Matthew chapter 3:10. I'm talking about, and now also the axe is laid upon the fruit of the tree, therefore every tree which bringeth not good fruit is
held down
and
cast into the fire.
Now the word hewed down and consumed still came up. So hellfire is not meant for sinners. The challenge the pastors are having is that they are focusing what made God angry on sin. What made God angry actually is not sin, is devaluation. I say what made God actually angry is not, no. Sin is devastating after it has joined to devalue a man. But all valueless people are sinners. They are embodiment of evil. It is only somebody who is already destroyed that can be valueless. And that is why somebody said, this one is delaying, this other one is delaying. When your life is delaying, increase your productivity. Increase. I said, when your life is delaying, increase your productivity. Increase your usefulness. Listen, don't only listen to me. Pray in your heart to understand it. Pray in your heart. So that if you're a man and you're a woman and you have children, the day you will get married, that will be your priority. Your priority will not be, I'm looking for a chewing gum boy. Or you're looking for somebody you love for wrong reason. You're going to look for a man who has value to sustain you, and somebody who has value you want to reproduce. You should look for someone that have value you want to reproduce. Come, I like this value, I want to reproduce it. Even though Hagar didn't get Ishmael through legitimate way, the angel was still with Ishmael because of the value of Abraham. Nigeria, we don't need more people. We need valuable people. I said, no, we don't need more. We only 200 million. We don't need more. Oh, we don't need more people. Oh. Nigeria will increase, but let those who are born yet. When you're coming, you see first scarcity, people run up and down. And Nigeria is an oil, it's an oil country. We have oil and then we don't have fuel. It is valuelessness. It is shame. It is a country that is like Nigeria, that someone like Buhari is still a president. Somebody at that level. Somebody like Tinubu want to contest. Huh? Somebody like Atiku. Somebody like Atiku want to rule Nigeria. Huh? Huh? Somebody like that, somebody who is that who Atiku is. Somebody who is that way Tinubu is. These are Trojan horses. These are tired people. Let me tell you something. As long as people who are already in our value are living in Nigeria, Nigeria can't remain the same. It's not about noise. I say as long as people who are like us, and we are now priests talking to the heaven of Nigeria, it is not possible for Nigeria to remain the same. Let me ask you, let me tell you something before I go ahead on this and continue. Let me tell you something. It is not what you become immediately that matters. It's what you're looking at. Very careful about what you're looking at. If where you're looking at is not good for you, change direction. Don't worry about what is happening now. Keep on looking at the right place. You will be there. You will be there. You always connect to what you're looking at. But you need force to say, Lord, I know what I'm looking at. I am looking at something, so I know how my future will look like in 10 years, in 5 years. And I'm busy. It doesn't matter whether I'm there now, but I will never look at a wrong direction. Am I saying something? You see, because you will turn into whatever you're looking at. In the book of Genesis, chapter 1, 26, 27, and 28, God starts saying to Adam, the only way to have dominion is to bear fruit, then multiply. Please, I'm stopping with this. Clano protovitu pecredus soprano. I want to show you this. You see, because don't tell me about your value. If you are created in the image and likeness of God, if there is anything great in your being, I will know it from what is in your hand. I say, if your thought is not broken, if your thought is not broken, is not wounded, if your thought is not judged, if your image is sound, if you're really great in your thought, it will come out in your hand. Listen, a life that is possessed by the spirit of vision will rule. It doesn't take money to rule. It takes being in charge. I say it doesn't take money. I want to show you scriptures, one, and then I will open your eyes. Somebody say, I'm suffering. I say, there's nothing in you. You're empty. You're empty. If you're not empty, you will suffer. And those who are rich, they are not rich by money. They are rich from image. It's not about money here. Genesis chapter 1. The book of Genesis chapter 1 verse number 26. I want to carry somebody's understanding. And God said, let us make man where?
Now image.
And
after our
and let them have dominion over the fishes of the sea, over the fowls of the, over the cattle, over all the earth, over every creeping thing
that creepeth upon the earth.
So the first gift was, let us make man to be like us. And then to be, if he is like us, to bear fruit will not be difficult. I say, if he is like us. Now look at 27. He has to be like us. That means he has to have value. And then so God created man in his to be like him. In the image of God created him, male and female, created he them. 28 now.
And God blessed them, and God said unto them,
be fruitful
and multiply.
That is what I'm looking at. He said, my friend, before you multiply, you have to bear fruit, and then replenish, and then subdue it before you can talk about have dominion. Don't forget, if somebody is not bearing fruit, it's because the image of God in that person is damaged. If somebody is not multiplying, then the image is crushed. And then there cannot be dominion if that image is damaged. Do you know the struggle of people who live their life from the positive, from the negative? There are people, listen, more than 80% of Nigerians live from the negative. They go from church to church talking about problems instead of talking about answer. They keep on talking about what they are not instead of talking about what they can do. You want a divine spirit to relate with you from the negative. It's impossible. The more God is blessing you, the more you are complaining. You're not even thanking for what he has done. Now, it is because the image is wounded. What make God God is his image. Excuse me. That is one thing I have protected all my life, and that is the only thing I have that makes meaning to me. That image. Lagos and the world will see fire. I know, I'm sure. The earth will burn. I say the what? The earth will burn. This Nigeria and Africa will burn with this image. People who are in Lagos, are they not changing their mind already about us? When we get here, they say, that's what I have tent. No, there's no more tent here. And then we started building. They say, what are they? Excuse me. This building would have been 2. The original plan was 2-story. I look at myself and the building. I say, how can 2-story touch the heart of a sinner, a foolish sinner who is wicked person? They believe we don't have money. Then I said, we're going to make it 3 so they can be tall. Excuse me, It doesn't take money to make it three. It takes strength of the inner man. If I remain strong, I can't lack money. Money is ordinary. Money will never finish in my account. It will not. Listen, I will send my angel to destroy banks. Listen, I will unleash my lions to burn down banks. Now, because you cannot intimidate that image. Colossians 1. Somebody I say you can't intimidate. You can't intimidate that image. You can't keep it under. It's not possible. It's not possible. It is already the way it is. As somebody say it is. It's already the way it is. A lion is lion. It's not going to be good. Someone said that is shepherd. That is that way the way, but that's how the man reason. This morning I was in a vision and I saw where I was flying. I was flying something. It looked like that Boris. Look at here. Eluka said that sometimes when I send him over message, when I send him over message, I will send him go here. I will tell him to go here. Where is he coming from there? I will call him on phone and say connect to this other place. He said when I send him over message, that angels would give him Boris. They just throw Boris on him. He said he will just climb on it and he'll be going. You will not be tired because you know you're on top of. Now that is apparatus. Now do you know that angels can give somebody Boris? I say climb on this so you'll not be tired. Because they know I'm hazardous. Not my boy on a phone. I was sending to so many places in the short time. That boy for resort. Now, if you look at why Jesus was a miracle worker, it's because of that image. Let me show you Colossians chapter 1, Colossians 1:15. He said, who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of
every creature?
God. Now you now see the benefit. 16. He said it is.
For by him were all things created, that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible,
yes,
whether there be thrones,
yes,
dominion, principalities,
yes,
or powers.
Yes.
All things were created by him,
yes,
and for him.
No, go ahead.
And he is before all things, and by him all things consist.
He said, who is the head of the church, of the body, the church?
Who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have the preeminence.
Now, Psalm chapter 8, verse number 3, 4, 5, 6, then so that I can go on, I can stop. There can't be dominion without fruitfulness. Wherever you find yourself, find something you're contributing in that place. Because that thing you're contributing in that place is your value. Don't look for money. Now, if your blessing delay, if your blessings increase your contributions, don't wait to say you have to stay in Locust Army 10 days before you can join usher, join choir. Don't wait to stay too long. Listen, value expresses itself in usefulness. And people who are useful to themselves and God don't get stranded. If you look at the book of Psalm, wherever things are under people, please, if you are here and you understand what I'm preaching, it is because you are already blessed. Don't get emotional. Don't get emotional. Anything can start from anywhere. Don't pay attention to things. Pay attention to yourself. Let me say it again. I said don't pay attention to things. Pay attention to yourself. Make sure that you contribute something to anywhere you find yourself. And if you are not getting desired result, increase your contribution. Don't look for money. Money will meet fruitfulness. I say money will meet fruitfulness. Anything that multiply in the midst of men will attract money. Remember that the parable of talent, it was somebody who didn't bear fruit that went to hell, not a sinner. The message I'm preaching is women that understand more. There is no woman that doesn't have idea that she need to marry somebody who can feed her. There is no woman that doesn't have it in her mind. Women understand it very well. That is why when you propose to them, they will find a way of connecting to your business. They will connect. They want to come to your house. How their house look like. Now women understand this. Now, but the things they don't understand is what they are looking for is physical things instead of looking for content in a man. Instead of looking for the real value in the image, they were looking for the refrigerator, whether it has a fairly used car. It's not that. It's content. Psalm chapter 8, verse number 3, 4, 5, 6. You see, because money can disappear, but value cannot. Value is a thought. Value is an inspiration. Value is a spirit in a man. Value is who the man is. Value is a way of thinking. Value is restlessness. In the book of Psalm, chapter 8,
when I consider thy heaven,
the work of thy hand, the moon and the stars which thou hast ordained.
What is man that thou art mindful of him?
Yes.
And the son of man that thou visitest him?
Number is 5.
For thou hast made him a little lower than angels.
Crown him with glory and honor.
Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of the hand.
And thou hast put all things
under his feet.
Now, how do you put all things under the feet of somebody who is not useful? Who can bear fruit? A man good mind. Somebody sees pressure as a problem instead of taking advantage of pressure like an ego. I told the pastor, I said, listen, I have gone through storms. If Satan takes me through any storm, he will regret it because I'm a master. I said, I have walked through storms and come into the heavenlies. If you take me into the storm, I'll put my back in it and I will use it. There is no storm. I will just lay my back and then I'll go. When I was looking for land in Kano, I was stormed. I came to Surulere, started looking for land, I was stormed. Went to Galilee, started looking for land, I was stormed. Came to Ajayi, I started looking for 18 plots of land and I was stormed. And so when you put stone on me, I'll lay my back on it and I will sell up. Because I'm used to pain. And I'm a master in knowing how to come out of pain. As I'm a master. Now, how do you? The Bible said he will put it under. When he will put all things under. When there is fruitfulness, multiplication, replenish. All right, put your hand together for Jesus. I've tried in it. Now, number 3, the Eastern man of the last millennium. I'm coming to Apocalypse. I'm coming to Apocalypse, yes. That is Apocalypse. History. Eschatology, that is the story of the primode. That is how it was there in the ancients. Father, thank you because we are still here to hear you. Thank you for speaking loud. In Jesus' mighty name. Now, if you look at, listen, God cares about the origin of things. He Seasons relate with origin of things. Seasons. As a seasons relate with the origin of things. What is called wisdom is going to looking for something where that thing can be found. Let me say it again. I say what is called wisdom is looking for something where that thing can be found. Now all wise men enjoy the fruit of their labor because they know how to look for things where that thing can be found. Even God look for things where it can be found. God does not fight against ordinance because he's of ordinance. He uses ordinance to perform miracle. In the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 7. Genesis chapter 2, I'm talking about the Eastern man. The Eastern man. He said, and God formed man of the dust of the earth. That is, Eastern man is what he formed. The man God formed. God didn't form two people. Please hear me. God didn't form. No, he didn't form a Western man. He didn't form a Northern man. He didn't form a Southern man. He formed only one man. He formed only one man. He formed an Eastern man. The Eastern man, Adam. And breathed into his nostril. So the only man that have the breath of God is what? An Eastern man. And then that Eastern man was vivified, and that is, he became a living soul. Now look at number 8. And then the Bible said, and he planted a garden east, word of that garden of Eden, and then he put man where? He put him in the east. Now the east is a place of rising sun. So the home of the sun and whatever that is kingly is in the east. Let me say it again. I said the home of the sun. The home of the sun is in the east. All luminary bodies have home. All luminary bodies have home where? Have home in the east. So they rises from the east because the east is the origin of things. Now the destiny of Nigeria is tied to the eastern Nigeria.